Hello there guys, Mr. Luna here, just stopping by to share another video discussion or video lesson with you. I hope that everybody had a very successful and great time with their family during this weekend. I know it was Easter weekend, but we couldn't be with all our family. Nonetheless, though, I really hope that you enjoyed your 3-day weekend and that you got to rest and you were able to, just spend some time with your loved ones. So today, guys, today I wanted to practice some more with our FRQs. So today I want to practice an FRQ and then just simply move on to a practice that we'll start together and then you will finish it by yourselves. So today, let's just dive right into it. Remember, your FRQ test will be on May 19th, so that's already coming up. It's a little bit less than a month, so I really do want you to be aware of this and to take it into account so that way you're always practicing and you're putting your best effort whenever you're practicing, so that way you can do better on your tests and you can pass your AP tests. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take care of this one FRQ prompt. So it says, while listening to the orchestra as she dances the lead role in Swan Lake, the ballerina concludes her performance with a pirouette, spinning around several times before leaping into the arms of her dance partner. So discuss how the ballerina relied on the following and how each is important. Awesome. So we have 4 words or 4 components to talk about here: the kinesthetic sense, the vestibular sense, the semicircular canal, and hearing. So if we put all of these together, right, we should be able to talk about the prompt successfully. So remember, the kinesthetic sense, it's all about movement and knowing where our body is, or where the position of our body is. The vestibular sense works together with the, it's within the hearing system, located specifically at the semicircular canals. So the vestibular sense allows us to actually balance and coordinate and just have a lot better balance than we would not have if we didn't have the vestibular sense. So the vestibular sense is all about balance. Kinesthetic sense is all about knowing where your body position is. The semicircular canals facilitate balance, and the vestibular sense and semicircular canals reside within hearing. So that's all you need to really know to approach this FRQ successfully. So let's try to do it. Let's start off by answering by defining what kinesthetic sense is. So kinesthetic sense in humans regards movement and the knowledge of where our body parts are located within our environment. The kinesthetic sense is very important for the ballerina because it facilitates a dance routine for her by helping her know when and where to perform her next dance move. Done. So now we're going to talk about the vestibular sense. The vestibular sense allows humans to reach balance and keep that balance. So the vestibular sense, that's what it does. It helps humans reach balance and keep that balance. And it is located in the semicircular canals within our ears. Balance resides in our hearing system and helped the ballerina with her dance performance by allowing her to stay coordinated and balanced throughout her act. Done. Okay, so I have a lot of words misspelled there. Act. There we go. Let's fix this. Open suggestion is in. Let's fix that. Coordinated. Misspelled that. Open suggestion. Coordinated. Wow, a lot of misspelled. But I was trying to type fast. Alrighty, guys. So this FRQ was actually a little bit more simple because, as you notice, the vestibular sense is connected to the semicircular canal and is associated with our hearing system. So this FRQ right here comes straight from your book. So it's from the AP Psychology book that I had provided you in the beginning of the year. More specifically, it is on page number 216. So on page 216, you can actually find this FRQ. And if I was in your shoes and if I had time, I would just practice some of those FRQs in that textbook because they're very, very helpful. So this is a very successful way to answer this question. Let's reread the question and answer or reread our answer. So it says, while listening to the orchestra as she dances the lead role in Swan Lake, a ballerina concludes her performance with a pirouette, spinning around several times before leaping into the arms of her dance partner. Discuss how the ballerina relied on the following and how each is important. Awesome. So kinesthetic sense and human regards movement and the knowledge of where our body parts are located within our environment. The kinesthetic sense is very important for the ballerina because it facilitates the dance routine for her by helping her know when and where to perform her next dance move. The vestibular sense allows humans to reach balance and keep that balance, and it is in the semicircular canals within our ears. Balance resides in our hearing system and help the ballerina with her dance performance by allowing her to stay coordinated and balanced throughout her act. Done. So we're completely done with that FRQ. You see, the FRQs, guys, sometimes we might think that they're very hard to take care of, but they're really not. It's very, very simple. You should be able to complete one FRQ in 40 minutes. Remember, your test is going to consist of an FRQ test, and it will be timed. So I need you guys to start practicing with time. So as we move on to this next FRQ practice, this is the one that you're going to take care of. This FRQ practice is actually due on Wednesday. It will be due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. I want everybody to have it complete by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. This is one of our grades this week, and our second grade will be a second FRQ that will be given to you on Wednesday, and it will be due on Friday. So remember, whenever you start working on your FRQ, I want you to set a timer. Set a timer and try to complete it in under 40 minutes. If you are successful with that, if you're able to complete the FRQ in 40 minutes, then when you take your test, your AP test, the test is not going to be so difficult. You will be able to complete the FRQ in 40 minutes, but you need to put a timer. You need to start holding yourselves accountable. So in order to not lose more time, guys, let's just jump right into it. So it says, Jasmine Child Care, Learning Good Behaviors and the Alphabet. So prompt directions. You have 25 minutes to answer the question. So 25 minutes. It's okay if you set a 40-minute timer, but remember, 25 minutes should be enough time to complete this FRQ. So people or students who practice in Albert.io, all students who have seen this question only have 25 minutes to answer. So I do give you a little bit more time, but remember to take ownership of your own learning. So it says, Jasmine runs a child care service. So Jasmine runs a child care service out of her home. She babysits and cares for up to 8 children a day. She is also trying to train a new puppy that her own family just adopted. She is very organized and has a good relationship with the children in her care. But she occasionally finds herself overwhelmed by their needs and is looking for some new techniques to help her continue to provide the highest level of care to those she looks after each day. So part 8. Tad, a 4-year-old child, often has tantrums, which takes Jasmine's attention away from the other children. Recommend a way in which Jasmine can use the following techniques to help Tad overcome these tantrums and behave more appropriately. Awesome. Okay, so we need to use positive reinforcement. We need to use vicarious conditioning and variable ratio schedule of reinforcement. So if we don't know what this is, we need to look and find out. Let's check out the rubric. Remember, I will include a rubric for you guys, so you have the rubric and you can reflect back on it, and that way you feel a little bit more at ease whenever you're working on the FRQs. So with the part that I will be helping you, positive reinforcement states, the response should indicate that positive reinforcement occurs when the desired behavior is followed by a pleasant response in an effort to encourage the response to occur more frequently. Example, each time that Tad exhibits good behavior and does not throw a tantrum, Jasmine can compliment Tad on his good behavior. The addition of the complement should serve as a positive reinforcer and encourage Tad to exhibit this good behavior more often. So vicarious conditioning. The response should indicate that vicarious conditioning is learning by watching others, and then modeling or imitating the behavior they have seen. If Jasmine and the other children in her care demonstrate positive behavior and are polite and kind without any temper tantrums, Tad may learn from watching that this is the expected behavior while he is in Jasmine's house. Tad may then model this behavior and act in a similar way because he has watched the others behaving well and has learned from their behavior. Note, the behavior must be observable to demonstrate that learning has occurred. So it's observable behavior that we can watch and we can replicate. Vicarious conditioning. And then for variable ratio schedule of reinforcement, so the general response must indicate that a variable ratio schedule of reinforcement rewards desirable behavior by following it with reinforcement after a changing number of actions have occurred. This schedule of reinforcement is likely to encourage the behavior even after the rewards have ended. So an example of this would be, at first, Jasmine may give Tad a sticker each time he demonstrates good behavior instead of a temper tantrum. But eventually, if she wants the behavior to continue, even after she no longer provides sticker, she should move to a variable ratio schedule of reinforcement, only giving him a sticker occasionally when he is behaving well. In this way, the behavior should continue, even after Jasmine stops giving Tad stickers. Perfect. So I have given you not only the definition of the three components that we're working on, but also an example of how it relates to the scenario. So let's go back. Let's try to go back here and try to tackle on part A. So part A. Tad, a 4-year-old child, often has temper tantrums, which take Jasmine's attention away from other children. Recommend a way in which Jasmine can use the following techniques to help Tad overcome these tantrums and behave more appropriately. Positive reinforcement, vicarious conditioning, variable ratio, schedule of reinforcement. This is what we're working on together. This is our guided practice. So positive reinforcement involves adding something pleasant, following a desired response in order to encourage the response to occur again. Jasmine can use positive reinforcement to encourage Tad's good behaviors by providing him praise such as "well done, Tad," when he helps another child or engages in constructive behaviors. If this is effective, the result will be that Tad will engage in more positive behaviors, thus cutting down on the number of temper tantrums he exhibits. Now, vicarious conditioning involves learning a behavior by watching the performance of others, either directly or indirectly. Jasmine can direct Tad's attention to the good behavior of other children and praise their positive efforts. Tad may learn that this is the expected behavior and reduce the number of temper tantrums he exhibits by modeling the other children's positive behaviors. And lastly, Jasmine may use a variable ratio schedule of reinforcement to encourage Tad's positive behaviors by providing him with a piece of candy occasionally after he exhibits good behavior. Tad will not know when he is going to get a piece of candy and should exhibit ongoing positive behavior on the chance that he may be given candy. Awesome. And we're done. So we're simply done with part A. The way that we engaged on this first, we looked at the rubric. We understood what we didn't. We defined the word and connected it to the scenario. So I need you guys to do what we did on part A for part B as well and part C. So you only have about 4 words to work on. It's not too much. I need this assignment due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. It should not take you more than 20 minutes to finish. It really should not. And if I do not get your assignments by 11:59 on Wednesday, I will start handing out zeros, guys. These assignments are way too easy, but you have way too much time on your hands. You need to start organizing yourselves a lot better, and you should be able to complete your work successfully. I expect the best from you because you are my best students, and I simply want the best. So please have a great day, and I will see you next time.